Hello, YouTube. This is your good friend, the Movie Cuban, and do I have something for you guys today? This is a brand new first for my channel, and that is that I have officially, or at least as close to officially as I can count it, have received recognition in the professional Diablo community. Because I was recently contacted by number 50 on the solo monk leaderboards, whose name will remain anonymous for the purpose of these videos. And he has gifted me with the knowledge of a support Necro build that is the absolute tits. Like this build is going to have you running freaking 90s. Higher, maybe. Like, it's just so stupidly overpowered that I honestly cannot think of a build that would be better. But I suppose I've teased you guys with it long enough. Here's my transmogs. Because it uses a lot of the Pestilence set, I decided to just give him the full transmog for the Pestilence set. And it's kind of fitting that he's a plague doctor, considering what we're going to be doing to our enemies. But let's start from the beginning. So we're going to run Corpse Lance, Brittle Touch, so that our enemies become brittle, increasing their chance to be critically hit by 5% for 5 seconds each time they're hit with Corpse Lance. Now, I don't know what the cap is on this, but I do know that pairing it with Land of the Dead, Frozen Land, is pretty much a guaranteed way to make it so that your fellow party members can just snipe elites. And it's not just elites, really anything that you point your corpse lances toward and your group attacks, it's pretty much just over from there. We're running Blood Rush Potency for the armor increase. This is going to help us stay alive a little more. We're running Death Nova Blight, because this leaves a patch of blight on the ground that slows enemies and makes them deal less damage, which is going to help you mitigate damage both for you and for your teammates. We're running Frailty, Aura of Frailty, so that you kill enemies within 15 yards with less than 15% health, helping you snipe down those elites even more because you'll be standing in the thick of things because you'll have frozen everything. And then we have Devour. Now, the original build that I was told me to use Devour, Devouring Aura, which is what we're using here. However, I have recently been told that you should actually use Cannibalize. And the reason you're using that is, well, I suppose you could use Voracious. But this is if you're feeling like you're low on health, and Voracious is if you feel like you're power hungry, but you shouldn't be. You should have just enough resource that you can do what this build is attempting to do. And the name of the game this time around, ladies and gentlemen, is we want to have close to permanent uptime on Land of the Dead. And yes, I know that probably sounds like a horrendous fucking thing to have to go through. And let me tell you, it kinda was. But it's okay. Our passives are Blood is Power to help us with that, help us with those cooldowns a little bit. We've got Life from Death so that we can spawn health globes by consuming corpses, so that we can help out our fellow Wrath Necromancers should they be in our party. We're running Standalone for the armor increase because once again we have no pets, so perfect time to use this passive. And then Final Service so that we can have our second life and give us a chance to get away from danger should we get attemptedly one-shot by enemies. Now, for the gear, we are going to be running a Ring of Royal Grandeur so that we can reduce the number of items we need for set bonuses, because we're actually going to be running 3 in this set, and it's probably not 3 that you would ever think that you'd run. But we're running the 4-piece bonus of Pestilence, so that each corpse we consume fires a corpse lance at an enemy, and every enemy we hit with Bone Spear reduces our damage taken by 2%. And then we're using Captain Crimson's Trimmings. Yeah, bet you never thought you'd have to dust those off. But not only does this set give us life regeneration and cooldown, but it also gives us resistance to elements and resource cost reduction, which is actually going to be pretty nice for this build. You're probably going to want to run the boots and the belt. For the belt and boots each, I would recommend attempting to roll increased gold and health pickup. I didn't find out till after, but the primary skills aren't really important for these since we're 0 DPS, and we're mostly just trying to stack gold and health pickup radius. So you're going to want to try and get that on... oh, sorry. You're going to want to try and get that on as much stuff as you can. That's what I was trying to say. So, in addition to the Royal Ring of Grandeur and Caps and Crimsons, we're also going to be running the Born set, so that we can get some additional reduced cooldown for our build, and we gain 15% life, which isn't too bad in terms of helping you stay alive in a rift. Make sure that you roll cooldown on as many of your items as you can. I have it on all my rings, my shoulder, my locket over here, and then on my sword. The only other thing that I could have possibly gotten it on was my shield, but I was using this for something else, so live and you learn. But we're going to be running Rondel's Locket, and the reason we want to run this is because the secondary ability automatically rolls with increased gold and health pickup, and I believe 6 is the cap. And this one actually rolled really nice. I got lucky for this one. I had to re-roll it in the cube a couple of times. But yes, you want cooldown and increased health pickup radius, and so long as you have that, you'll be pretty alright. We're running Nemesis bracers. This is just a random pair of Nemesis bracers that I had lying in my cube. These haven't been spec'd towards this build at all. As you can see, I have critical hit chance rolled on them, even though I don't need it really. But that's okay, because with 47% critical hit chance, I don't know, I guess I just want to feel special. But as you can see, my cooldown is almost 70%. You want a lot of cooldown for this build. And because of that, we're going to be running the Gogok of Swiftness to help us deal with some of that cooldown reduction. We're going to be running the Gem of Effacious Toxin, so that all the enemies are going to take increased damage from our party members. And then Esoteric Alteration for some more toughness. And you're going to be running all diamonds in both your chest piece, pants, and also in your helm, because we're going to want that cooldown reduction, which we're doubling with a Leoric's Crown in the cube. Then we're using an Oculus Ring so that we can give our party members a little bit of extra damage while we run. And we're running an Ingown so that every time we kill an elite pack, our skill cooldowns will be reduced by 10% or 10 seconds. So, that is the build portion of the video. The only piece of gear that I didn't mention is that we are wearing an Aquila cuirass, or Aquila, I should say. But you all could see that in the video for yourselves. What we're going to do now is we're going to find ourselves a Greater Rift party. And I'm going to show you guys this build in action. Now do forgive me, I am a little bit new with it still. So there is room for error. But what we're aiming for is a theoretical permanent uptime on Land of the Dead. So if we can even get it to the point where we only have a small window in between Land of the Dead times, I'll consider it a success. Man, it's taking a long time to load today. Like, hello, Diablo, did you crash? Oh, disconnected me from the server. Of course you did. Alright, let's try again. There we go. Much better. Now, the only problem with this build is going to be that, I should probably switch around these skills. Now that I think about it. See, I'm kind of lazy, so I don't like having to be responsible for hitting cannibalize on my own. So if you're like me in that regard, you could always just number lock this skill and have it cast automatically. And then you'd really only have 4 buttons that you need to worry about. But so apparently my group wants to... Yeah, no, we're not doing a 70. And I totally reset my paragon on accident. Alright, see, I messed up my rotations there. I also didn't number lock Devour, which is the very thing I told myself I needed to do. And these guys was just zooming ahead. Oh my goodness. Oh, I get it. Got a really bad matchup because I'm with, looks like I'm with a couple of Blood Lancers and no Wrathless. So, What you see, there's only a short amount of time that you're not going to be in Land of the Dead. And that's because you're going to keep spamming your Nova. And those guys completely left. I love it. It's really, really fast. Well, that is definitely a first. I was apparently kicked out for being a leech. Well then. But I think you guys got the idea. You keep Land of the Dead going as long as possible. Corpse Lance everything. And then just keep spamming Poison Nova to refresh the cooldown. Yep. So, that is the special Z Necro build that was shared with me by one of the top people on the leaderboard. So do with that what you will. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. No respect. I have no fucking respect.